guys, Kyle here from the Fit Lab. Welcome back to the Fit Lab Wellness Hub. Today we're going to talk about balance at home and how we can do some exercise at home to help improve our balance and reduce the risk of falls. Okay, so doing some balance exercise at home. First off, you can have a chat to your exercise physiologist to get some guidance on things that you can do in your home. We need to make sure that we've got a bit of a space that is free of any obstacles so you don't trip on things and potentially cause a fall while you're doing this. This is all trying to prevent falls. What we can do to start off is trying to modify our base of support. So normally when we stand and when we're walking, we're quite wide with our feet. So the first balance exercise that we can do is trying to center your mass, having our feet a bit closer together and trying to hold this stance for a period of time. So having a more centered base of support, it makes you a bit more unstable because you're not leaning to the side as much as we are when we're having our feet at our shoulder width apart. Our second stance that we can try is a bit of an offset stance, having 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Again, this is changing our center of mass to more of a centered position, and so it's a lot harder to maintain our sideways motion. And doing this, we can even do a bit of a movement version of it and taking steps forward along a bit of a line near a wall, near a table or your kitchen bench, something that you can use as a bit of a support. But that is another way that we can progress a bit of walking balance at home. Okay, so the third way that we can have a bit of a variation in our balance exercise at home is by doing a bit of a single leg exercise. With this one, I like to have something on our side that we can use as a bit of a reference point. This can be a table, the back of a lounge, kitchen bench, something that's about your waist, your hip height, that you can just have hands on the side when you need to. So for this, I'm going to have it onto my right, and I'm going to use my left leg as the leg that we're going to be moving. So it's going to be a single leg stance. What we want to do is try to have no hands on anything. If we can hold that position for a little while, then we can progress it by even doing a bit of a dynamic balance by having some movements out. Having a bit of an offset stance as well with this one, we can change it and even do a bit of a regression back, having that reference point if we need to hold our balance there. Okay, so another progression that we can do, if we've gone through those exercises for a couple of weeks and we're feeling confident in doing those exercises at home and you're not leaning and not touching onto your reference points very much, we can progress to making it a bit more dynamic, a bit more of a complex exercise. First off, we can start off in the offset stance. Having something in our hand, doesn't have to be a ball, it can be a book, a tissue box, something that's not really heavy. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the object from one side of our body out, try and take it from one hand across the other, putting yourself a little bit off tilt. That's the first step. And then the second step, one that we can do is trying to go around the back of the body, in front, trying to make it a little bit harder that way. And as another progression, really trying to test yourself here, so be careful with this one, is again that single leg. Try to do off to the side, each side, and then even around the body. This one will be a bit trickier. Okay, guys, that's a few ways that you can have a bit of a balance program at home. But remember, always check with an exercise physiologist beforehand just to make sure that those are appropriate for you. But there's always ways that we can help to improve our balance and to reduce the risk of falls. Because falls is a major impact on your life as we get older. We don't want to fall because we don't want to injure ourselves. Having fractures can be really hard to come back from, and you have a lot of rehab that puts you out for a bit of time. So having a bit of balance that we can work on to prevent these injuries and falls from occurring is the best way to go. Stay tuned for our next video.